Hello, Aquarius North Node. Welcome. This is Samara, your feminist alchemist, and this is your reading for the November 19th new moon in Taurus, partial lunar eclipse. And I think, let's put it until the day before the new moon in December, so about December 3rd, 2021. So for the next 2-week period following the full moon. This is a general reading, so it may not resonate with everybody. Just take what resonates with you and let the rest float away on a cloud of fairy dust to whoever else in your Aquarius North Node collective may need to hear that particular message at this time for their highest good. This is a North Node reading, not a sun sign reading. Here's the North Node glyph. So if you're not 100% sure what your North Node sign is, you can check out my website. It's linked below, feministalchemist.com. There's a table there where you can check out dates and the placement of the North Node on your particular birthday. Just follow the table. What else do you need to know? Yes, the North Node is basically a mathematical point in your chart that signifies where your opportunities lie for the biggest soul growth. It's your soul's longing for expansion in a certain direction, certain experiences that it will like to have to add to its basket of wisdom. That's how I describe the North Node in a nutshell, but you could also look at the short video I made on the general meaning of the North Node as my guides have explained it to me. That's linked in the description box below, as well as a link to YouTube astrologer Astro Finesse, who has an extensive video on the details of Aquarius in the North Node and what that means for you. This is your last reading from me for 2021. But in December, I'll be doing weekly pick-a card readings from different kingdoms and collectives. It'll be called Ushering in 2022, and that's a 4-part series. So with that, I do believe, I don't know if I forgot something. Oh yes, if you like this video, please give it a thumbs up and subscribe and click the notification bell to be notified when I upload. There you go. Now, all of the disclaimers have been said, and we can go straight into your reading. I'm doing this reading on the eve of the new moon, so, not the new moon, the full moon, so I'm a little discombobulated. But you know what? I thought I was going to take a break. And then I said maybe being wonky will actually work out in your favor. Because right now I am loopy in full moon vibes. And I'm looking forward to going out into the forest later tonight to do a little bit of ritual work. So, okay, I'll stop blabbing on and show you. We're using The Path of the Soul by Cheryl Lee Harnish to open the reading. It's just to see what are the universal energies at play, the highest frequency energies at play for Aquarius North Node in this 2-week period. So if you do need to fast forward, please feel free. But I just keep shuffling until the cards kind of come flying out of the pack. There goes one. Uh-oh. Ooh, magic. that one. Interesting. So it's, if you have watched my videos before, I have mentioned that often your equal and opposite sign will get some of the same cards. So as an Aquarius North Node, your South Node is in Leo. And I just did the Leo North Node reading before this one. And they also got these two cards. Which, so yes, let me show you what they are specifically. Here is Magic. I can't pick it up. Pick it up. There we go. Breakthrough. Red Native. And then you have, I think this is Bull Guide. You can double check that. Yeah, Bull Guide and Egyptian Eagle. Wow, that is some interesting and awesome energy for you, Aquarius North Node. So what I'm getting here is, first of all, with the Magic card, there's an energy of like expecting miracles, expecting the unexpected. There is an energy of some things that I guess you have not necessarily believed to be possible, that there's going to be some divine intervention on your part for your highest good and for the highest good of everyone in that situation. That's definitely coming through. Breakthrough. Definite energy of breaking through, like they're showing me specifically even like the pattern. Breaking a pattern. It's a pattern of behavior in yourself. It could also be, they're telling me some of you, it's a pattern in your family, like in your bloodline. Red Native also solidifies that fact that there's something birthing from your ancestry. For some of you, it's from your, like something that's been latent in your DNA and it's actually in your bloodline. For others of you, it's in like your Akashic records, in your deeper soul makeup that will be coming up to the surface. But Bull Guide, to me, is coming up as a masculine energy. So the wherewithal to see something through to the end and to push through certain challenges. The Bull Guide is there to give you that resolve and that inner strength, as opposed to, you know, there's some, I don't want to talk too much about your equal and opposite, but Leo had more of a feminine energy to their reading, where there was less doing and more kind of being and attracting. This one is definitely like, you have a doing energy, fire energy coming through, even though the bull is really like Taurus is earth. And they're giving me that line of thought because, yes, this could also be pushing for some of your abundant situation, your material wealth situation to be changed. There's a lot of signs working around the idea of abundance right now. Collectively, we're also reevaluating our relationship to money, our idea of success, our definition of abundance, and our belief of our worthiness of abundance. That's definitely all coming up to the surface at the end of 2022 to clear some stankness off of us, some crud that's been holding us back. So Egyptian Eagle is beautiful for you because, you know, out of the ashes, it's almost like the phoenix, but I feel like it's saying, in this case, Egyptian Eagle is coming to me like there's the energy of returning to an ancient kind of knowledge. And it's less complex than we think it is. It's actually quite simple, but there's an energy of you embodying some deeper truth, because they're showing me also like the similarity in color and how deep the red is. Red, the root chakra, deep into your ideas of like your primary fundamental ideas of life, security, safety, family, your primary definition of yourself is going to deepen. They're guiding you into a deepening of that so that you can, push through and float and fly much higher than you've been flying, and also see things from a higher perspective. That's what I'm seeing there. All right, I'm going to go to the 5D energy. This is 2 decks mixed together. It's Sacred Geometry Activations and the Sacred Geometry of Relationships by Lon. Let me give this a quick... Oh no, I just want this. Okay. Well then, there was an explosion here. And I'm going to wait for the signal if it was a slip or if I should go ahead with all of these cards. Okay, they just want all of them. And it's, head hurting. I'm just going to keep pushing forward. As I said, it's a weird energy kind of day. Not weird, but unfamiliar. So if you've been feeling a little out of sorts, you are certainly not alone. I'm probably going to see if I could do a little adjustment of the camera because how do you want this done? Here and here. Do a little adjustment. Just one moment. All right, that's a little better. That's better. Now you can see I can space them out a little bit more, and you can see what's really going on here. Okay, so up first we have Sensuality. Okay, hold on a second here. You're gonna have to bear with me, Aquarius North Node. Not so sharp today. Okay, Sensuality. Card 36. Authenticity is number 10. Universal Love is 44. Master number 44. Discernment, number 20. Throat chakra is number 5. Dynamic, number 23, which also equals 5. And grace, number 24. Now, I didn't point out in the universal, in the first 4 cards or 5 cards that I put down, these fractal art cards, this one is 23, it equals 5. This one is number 6. This is 34. It equals 7. And then you have 7 again over here and 40. What's the message in that? They're telling me it's there's progress and quick progress. There's going to be quite quick progress for you. They want another card. Sorry to be all shaky at the table. Okay. Kindness, number 29. Are we done now with this set? Yes. I can stop with that one now. All right, because there's already a big story here. Sensuality. Authenticity. Leo got these two in the same position. What's coming through there? Just take a moment. I'm seeing that there's going to be that this breakthrough is going to be in your romantic life or in love. I'm seeing a lot coming through with love. Some of you, there's a dramatic ending coming with a partner, but that ending is like the beginning of your freedom. For some of you who are in a partnership, there's going to be a dramatic change to your partnership, which is going to make it deeper and more spiritual, and more supportive of each one's, let's say, personal growth. And for some of you, you're healing from a relationship that was damaging to your ability to carry on successful, healthy relationships, romantic relationships in particular. But there's a lot of healing going on in your throat chakra, with discernment and the throat chakra coming in here together. Hold these two. Discernment and the throat chakra, we have a lot of blue. The word detachment is sticking out to me. But I'll put this all together, I'm saying. So if I didn't explain already, which I'm sure I didn't, this is your 5D energy. So it's your higher self, your intuition speaking to you, synchronicities, things that are popping up kind of in the spirit realm, with your sixth sense that's trying to pull you into a higher vibration or give you those lessons that push you into a higher vibration. And this is kind of what the next step that your soul will like to take. The attunement, let's say. There is how you speak to people, how you express your desires, and how you stand up for yourself. Because with grace and kindness, I'm getting diplomatic speech. So if you're an Aquarius North Node, let's understand the North Node sign as this. You are not necessarily that yet. Like when you look at the characteristics of the Aquarius, for example, that's not to say you have these characteristics in certain parts of your life. The South Node, you have those characteristics, but the North Node is more something you're reaching for. So you'll find that situations come into your life that try to draw that energy out of you or draw you into situations where you can cultivate that energy. So as an Aquarius North Node, you're constantly looking, like you're being presented with opportunities to build community, and to be kind of the altruistic, humanitarianism, these type of calls, these type of situations. You may be able to look back and see situations over and over again where those things were a theme. And particularly in dynamic, it's bringing together elements that seem not to really fit together for you. So I'm getting that how you communicate and how you stand up for yourself, particularly in exchanges, romantic relationships and those type of exchanges. I also am getting something like within a group vibe. Yeah, like for some of you, but that communication is it's something that needs to be cultivated in you. Discernment and how you speak with grace and kindness at the moment, not necessarily, but your soul would like you to take that leap or that step, because I'm getting that for some of you that you're defending your independence like fiercely, like the lion, like your South Node personality. And that is hurting you more than it's helping you at the moment. But you don't necessarily see the benefit of letting certain behaviors in your love relationships fall away. Like, you're not at the point yet where you can see past that. So right now they're just asking you to trust in trust that being yourself is enough, and you're not going to lose yourself if you acknowledge this part. You know, universal love, the oneness, the spirit of oneness, because your higher self is trying to show you how you are, let's say, a unique thread in the greater fabric of humanity, of the universe. So they're telling you not to push people away. So no, as a hard and fast rule, some people in your past needed to be, regulated, pushed away, because they did not have your highest good in mind. They were, taking you for granted. Oh, I dropped my mic. Okay, is this upright or reverse? I'm saying reverse. And I'm getting that all of this, especially in the romantic realm, all of this feeling of, asserting, the way that you assert yourself is a mechanism to disguise your wounding, or it's like a scab. It's like a scab. It's covering a deeper wound.
Okay, we got a couple more. So this was I want one more. This one. Okay. Cosmovisions. I'm just using the major arcana and some of the bonus cards that they put in there to show me the 3D situation. So any practical, tangible, real life, physical life situations, because, you know, the life in your head is also real in one way or another. This is your physical reality situations that have been brought about for you to get into alignment. These are opportunities and challenges that are meant to cultivate certain attributes and give your soul certain experiences. So we have the Shore, which is number 16. It's in reverse. That's the Tower in the traditional tarot. The Bridge in reverse, number 18. That's the Moon card. And then right after that, you have number 19, Infinite Paths. In the traditional tarot, that would be the Sun card. And then we have, well, this one came out first, number 9, Cosmic Tree, which is, what is that? The Hermit. And Life on Earth is number 21, which would be the World card in the traditional tarot, if you're interested in knowing. So, with the Shore card in reverse, I'm seeing that, you know, you have the opportunity to save yourself from a very tumultuous emotional situation. And at the moment, you are not really taking that. Or there's a stagnation in that change because of maybe doubts, fears, practical considerations, like if you're tied to someone financially. And the Bridge in reverse is also telling me that, you know, this journey to someone out there is ignoring a way out of a situation. And the tumultuousness may have even become so normal to you that you don't even feel to cross the bridge, because crossing the bridge, this being the Moon card as well, is about like fully seeing yourself. They're showing me this illumination. It's about fully seeing yourself, fully acknowledging your wants and needs, fully acknowledging perhaps pain that you have been caused by this relationship, this person, this situation. And with Infinite Paths, the Sun, it's almost like you may feel a lump in your throat, because I'm feeling I had a little lump when I was shuffling. You're feeling a lump in your throat. I had pain in my right ear. So, some of you may even be like really daydreaming about sticking it to this person, like giving them a good tongue lashing, as cursing them out, really just saying what you have to say without filtering yourself. And the good thing here is that you have Life on Earth, the World card in the upright, which means that the ending that needs to happen is on your doorstep. And they're showing me all these orbs. It's like if you really take the time to sit and listen, you will hear, they're telling me your ancestors, you will hear advice from your ancestors. And you may think it's just, silly little thoughts and whatever, but it will be actual messages coming through that help you with this completion process, because you are meant to experience more love, and they're trying to make room in you to absorb more love, and to experience more love in your life. But that involves this bridge, because we can't go holding on to the pains of the past and let someone else solve it for us. We have to, do our part of the work. I'm also getting that the grace and kindness has to come to yourself, or from yourself to yourself, for possibly not speaking your truth in the past. So I really like on this side over here where you have life on Earth and the Egyptian eagle down here. There is a total game-changing, vibe-changing energy present for you and possible for you. Oops. Okay. It's fully supported at this time. So before I say anything else, I'm just going to grab some cards from the Lightseers Tarot. Lightseers Tarot by Chris Ann. And this is the advice that they're giving you on how to navigate your physical reality in order to reach this higher vibration that's available to you. So we have the Queen of Cups in the upright. We have the Ten of Swords in the upright. Three of Cups in the upright. I love that everything is all, like, you have some good cards here. It's very positive. And the Four of Wands in the upright. So, let me take a breath before I continue. I am seeing here a very clear message to get in touch with what is in your heart. Become the steward, the one that is responsible for making what is in your heart reality. Make yourself the person who's responsible for satisfying your heart's desires. And so that also means when your heart is not satisfied, you are the one who is deciding how many chances you're giving that person or that situation to prove to you or to make things good with you, to get into alignment with each other. And you're also responsible for saying, no, this is not working, so I'm going to move on now. With grace and kindness, you can use your throat chakra, and be your authentic self. And they want you to be in touch with what gives you pleasure in life, what makes you happy, what makes you tick. A lot of you have been putting along in displeasure, thinking that that's what life is supposed to be. And that may also come from your ancestry. They're telling me from your family, hardworking people, and all of the celebration just happened on holidays, and birthdays and, but the rest of the week was just hard work and all work and no play type of thing. You may even have a negative kind of experience or view of community because the community experience has been one where you felt it dampened your spirit or your individuality. That is also a possibility. What they do want you to do is look at what, these thoughts are around partnering, being a part of a family or a group or a collective, a community. What are the thoughts that keep you from believing in and embodying universal love, like we are, oneness, the we are the world, what is it that keeps you from believing that is true, or that keeps you from believing that you can be an equal part of a partnership and also be an amazing, shining individual? They want you to look at that. And with the Three of Cups, I'm seeing you should say what you have to say to whoever you have to say it to, and let the chips fall where they may, because it will whittle down to, the people who are most supportive of you. Because yes, Aquarius North Node is about humanitarianism and being altruistic, philanthropy, community, but that doesn't mean that you need to fit yourself into communities that aren't your cup of tea and that don't accept and exalt what you have to offer, right? So you need to shine the light on what here is, okay, why don't I want to be, what are my fears in a relationship? What are my fears being in a greater community? What are my fears of taking care of people? Like, what do I really feel is going to happen if I let go or loosen my grip on this fictitious control that I have over everything and over my independence, right? Shine a light on what those things, those elements, what those thoughts are, those fears, those doubts, and then also shine a light on, well, if my community was like this, or if I had a partner like this, I think I'd feel really good in that situation. And shine a light on how you want to feel in that and give it a voice. Like if you have a good friend to talk to, then give it a voice. If you don't have anyone you feel you vibe with enough to really talk to about that, then write it down and start with not what the other person should be, but how you want to feel with that person or those people. And then, because when we put restrictions on or requirements on what the situation is or what the person is like, then we also limit the possibility that there's something that we haven't thought of that could make us 100 times happier. So start with how you want to feel. And then you can extend that to, they're like-minded. We both like nature, or we all like nature, whatever that is. But
dynamic of the group, and a dynamic, the group dynamic, and also the dynamic of a relationship. What do you want to see in it? What do you want to experience? What would be your ideal way of yourself, ideal manifestation of yourself in those situations, so that the universe can send you situations and groups of people and partners that allow you to be that person that you want to be. The Four of Wands, many people see this as the marriage card. It's also just a celebratory card. And I'm getting the vibe of, celebrating how far you've come and what you've gained from the interpersonal relationships that you have experienced up to now. So if you are ending a long-term relationship, they want you to be happier about it than you probably think that you should be. Right? Wow, they want you to be happy just because there's your house will be clean, will be renewed. Your house will only include people and things that resonate with your new vibration. And therefore, you can mourn a little bit, but at the end of the day, take your lessons and keep on trucking. Is basically what they're saying, because the breakthrough for you requires that some things fall away. And they're bringing me back to the bull guide here. Yeah, you may have to push this happiness with like a type of stubbornness that is unparalleled to anything you have done before. Because the down feelings will come for you. They come for all of us at some point. It's just, how are we going to deal with it? How are we going to push through? We're not going to ignore it, but how are we going to process it? How are we going to shift our vibration so that we don't cause ourselves any undue harm or anyone else any undue harm? And speaking of that, I'm now going to use the Herb Crafter's Tarot by Letitia Guthrie. Is she the primary? Let me check the box again. Yeah. She's not the illustrator, she's the writer. But, so, Herb Crafter's Tarot I'm going to use, and we're going to see what seeds are being planted for you. What seeds are being planted in this next 2-week period. And these seeds that are being planted, honestly, they are going to take you through to the end of the year, this part of the reading. Okay. Probably easier if I do this. So first we have the Four of Fire, which is the Four of Wands. Again, Elder. The Six of Air, which is the Six of Swords, Cattail. The Ace of Water. Plantain. And they don't read these ones in reverse, so I'm going to leave it upright. Ten of Air, Alfalfa, which is the Ten of Swords again. So lovely. So you got the same two cards: Four of Wands, Four of Wands, Ten of Swords, Ten of Swords. Let's start with the Four of Fire, Elder. So the first thing that they're showing me are all of these bottles of seemingly elixirs and
potions. There is magic coming to your house, healing. This is the seed is being planted for the home life, especially that you're really looking to establish. So there's something, some of you are moving out of a house with a partner. Some of you are striking out on your own from a family home. But in any case, even if you're not moving, like your home life is transforming. The seeds are being planted for your home life to be more supportive of how you want to show up in the world. The 6 of air, cattail. It's showing me the writing. It's pointing to like writing, journaling. Oh, signing of a contract, the end of a soul contract. So the seeds are being planted for you to move very firmly forward, and it is, some of you are actually moving towards a soul mate, a soul contract with, people who are really going to support your next steps in soul growth. Now, I don't want to limit it to romantic partners, but because sensuality is there, romantic partners are definitely a part of that. So some of you, your vibe is going to change so dramatically that your whole social group system will change because your vibration is so different. And it's going to be awesome. So you are planting the seeds for moving forward onto the next chapter of what you've signed up for in your lifetime. Which means you're also closing off some big lessons. With the Ace of Water, this is also saying to me, which is the Ace of Cups, that you're planting the seeds for a new emotional landscape. And this new emotional landscape can affect not just you, but your whole family. Because it may be that dramatic. You may be becoming like put it this way, if your biggest task out of this reading is to start speaking your truth, and you weren't a person that spoke your truth before, you could be rocking the boat of your family because people are used to dealing with you in a certain way. And maybe you also have parents who are who avoid conflict or who are not used to being challenged because they're always pushing their opinion. Whatever the case may be, someone very specifically, I'm getting a female energy who was grew up in kind of that household where women are to be seen and not heard. So they're timid and they don't believe that. So I'll say you, if I'm talking to you specifically, person who has that experience, and you could be a male or female. But if you grew up in that situation, you may not be able to combine the traits of I'm someone who says, who speaks my truth and who says what I want and stands for it, and being a nice person. Being a sweet person, being you are meant to now find that balance between these two things that seemingly don't go together, or up to now have seemed not to go together for you. That is a seed that's being planted. And the last seed that's being planted is, they're showing me this here. I forget what this is called. The seed that's being planted is that you're willing to weed the garden when you need to. You're willing to harvest when you need to. You're willing to cut people off when you need to. You're willing to cut out your self-limiting beliefs. You're like, this is, to me, you're ready to reap what you sow. Reap what you have sown. So you have planted the seed to receive your rewards for all you've been through up to now. And you're planting the seed for, tending to the part of you that feels like you don't necessarily deserve it for some reason. And you're weeding out also everyone else who makes you feel like you don't deserve it, because that's what this thing is for. Bull spirit is stubbornly saying like, hey, I'm going to stand up for myself, and I'm going to stand up for, I'm going to make sure that I'm flying high and I'm not being pulled down by anybody else's negativity. I think we're good there. Now they want me to pull some oracle cards. I'm going to use, I think we're only using this deck this time around. This is the Enchanted Map Oracle by Colette Baron Reed. Let's get some final messages for Aquarius North Node. This wonderful full moon in Taurus, partial eclipse. Ooh. Which, I want the top one. Upright or upright. Okay. And, okay, I'm only going to read this one. Number 23, the Golden Palace. But they would like me to show you what else kind of flew out at the same time. So, flying. I'll probably leave them down here for you to see, because intuitively you may get something. Listening. Listening, they're saying, has to do with this hermit cosmic tree. I'm going to put it this way. Flying. Listening. Magical map shifter. And number 44. Oh, you have 44 for a second time. Strength. So they want you to, you said, I'm going to do this one. But you may be able to find a story for yourself in this direction here. Flying, listening, magical map shifter, strength. They're allowing me to give you one scenario. Flying high, way above the lower vibes of either what you've been saying to yourself or what other people have been saying to you, because you have this throat chakra issue. You have a sensuality, a call to sensuality, pleasure center, needing a little bit of attention and contemplation. So flying way above those issues and seeing things from a much higher perspective and believing that you can create magic, listening to what your intuition is saying and your ancestors are talking to you. Because magical map shifter, you are shifting something, the dynamic in your family line. Some of you are really being like you're an enigma, you're kind of a black sheep, you're trailblazing, basically, for your family at this point. And that's going to require strength. But you have it, because this big breakthrough is going to reveal to you it's not anything new, really. It's just you're recognizing it. You're recognizing that you've built so much strength over the last, they're saying 6-7 years of what you've been through. And you're going to realize like how much you've really been through and how much you've really survived. That is the message for that.
And I'll read the Golden Palace in the upright. Golden Palace. There is always enough. The Golden Palace card represents good fortune, ambitions fulfilled, wealth, and prosperity. It may also indicate emotional fulfillment, as perhaps you're entering a time of happiness that's long overdue. The message here is that self-worth isn't measured by what you have, no matter how abundant your life is. Instead, it comes from what you are, how authentically you are living your life, and how much love you're willing to share. Granted, receiving this card does indicate material gain and furthering of tangible rewards, but things come and go, and knowing your true value leads to even greater riches now. Share the wealth. 23, did you get a 23? You got a 23 or a 32 earlier, but you got something that added to 5 as well. And I'm getting a very strong vibe of, yes, things, Golden Palace also being like your home life being repaired, and you really being able to thrive in your home, and it being filled with like the direct consequence of you being filled with more love, being more willing to give and receive love, being more willing to say what you want, and to use kind words while still being authentic, while still stating, what you want and what you need, is going to create abundance in a material way as well. Because some muck around you will be cleared that has been blocking your flow and alignment to those tangible physical things that you may be aspiring to. But there's also significant developments in your emotional well-being. And that's it. Aquarius North Node. It's always nice when you stop by to hear the messages, and I always am very happy to deliver them. So keep an eye out in December for the weekly pick a card readings with messages from the different kingdoms and collectives that ushering in 2022. And otherwise, I will see you for North Node readings that will start again in January, and I wish you all the best. Until then, take care, be well, stay blessed. Bye for now.